Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, sim fans, race fans, RC fans, Racing 393. So today we're going to sort of wind the clock back to, what is it, 94, 5 or 6? Can't remember now. I said it on the preview when I was talking through, when I was going to play the game, because I had all the info in front of me. This is just an intro, so forgive me for not knowing the exact year this came out. I mean, it's got Windows 95 on there, so anyway, as you may be aware, playing some of these old games on a Windows 10 PC is almost impossible unless you run some sort of emulator. In this case, we've got DOSBox installed, and we do a couple of laps of the last, in my opinion, officially licensed Indy Car game. This is going back to Papyrus back in 1996, I think it is. Yeah, I mean, I've got the original, which I did show you, hopefully on the video. Hopefully you can see that when I held it up to the screen. I haven't got it to hand at the moment. It's sort of around the other side. So yeah, so we've got this running on the Windows 10 PC. It works on my direct drive Fanatec wheel and the paddle shifts and the pedals. If you look past the graphics, just your eyes do adjust, but it's by no means eye candy, but it's nostalgic. And you know, if you've been into your race games, sim games as long as I have, you will remember this. You can still buy this game. There's also a link where you can download it. It is free. I'm hoping that's legal. I'm only going by what another YouTuber was saying. So just to make sure you understand here, I can't take any credit at all for getting this game running on the Windows 10 PC. It's purely down to the genius, who I will link in the description of his channel. You may have even heard of him, GP Laps. He does a lot of retro gaming. Something I'd like to get into more, because I have all my retro DOS games, all the NASCAR games, IndyCar titles, and various things one another that could work if I run it through DOSBox. It's just a case of understanding how to work it. It's fairly easy technology, but it's not something that I'm familiar with. Yeah, so we're going to take this for a run. Look past the graphics. It's an actual simulator of the officially licensed product of Indy Car Racing. It is exactly what you need. Motorsport games. If you do even listen to my videos, read any tweets that I send you. For goodness sake, open up, watch this, and then if you've got the license for this, you know, IndyCar franchise, geez, do not make it like in NASCAR Ignition 21. Although you have got some patches coming out, I hear. You know, I'm not going to hold my breath, but please, anyone from Motorsport Games, look and watch, learn. This is kind of, this with better graphics would be hands down the IndyCar game. Now, that's only because we're spoiled with the graphics of nowadays, you know, high definition and 4K and all that's malarkey. Back this is DOS, runs in like, I don't know, 320 by whatever it was, some glitchy square format. But it does take a little while for your eyes just to sort of adjust a little bit, and you can enjoy this game quite a lot. So sit back, wind the clock back, and again, it doesn't matter what era, I'm still shit at it, but watch me do a couple of laps while I chat and drive in a non-force feedback environment. That's the only thing. There's no force feedback in the wheel. That's one thing that doesn't support, not that I'm aware of anyway. So enjoy, have a laugh, and relive your youth. Welcome. So turning the clock back to a DOS game is a little bit of a shock to the system compared to what we're used to now. And you'll notice he's putting his race gloves on. So that only can mean one thing. Papyrus Indy Car Racing 2, which is a DOS game, playing on not only a Windows 10 PC, but with a direct drive Fanatec wheel. Something which you'd probably never thought you'd better do. However, even having said that, there is no force feedback because games back then, whatever wheels were around, force feedback wasn't really a thing. It may have been a little bit. I don't know. I don't even remember having this. I remember having the game. In fact, if you can see me there, that's the original game, boxed. It's all absolutely as bright. It's obviously been opened, but it is spectacularly brand new. It's got everything in there. Obviously the CD, the manual, and another bit of paper, like a little booklet with things that were happening at the time. But anyway, so we're going to go into a quick single race bit of practice. If you can just look past the graphics, there is a simulator in there. It is kind of how all the other sims that you now play are based on. I'm gonna pick an easiest track. I've got the AI down a little bit because I run it in full sim mode. You got to remember when this came out, this was sort of cutting edge graphics and physics at the time. It was kind of. It doesn't help that you're running it on a high resolution, high definition monitor, where back in the day it was barely a screen, wasn't it? The CRTs. So, right. So the game isn't mouse controlled; it is all done on the keyboard. So we're going to pick single race. I'll push the right button. Various tracks of the day here, so I'm gonna I don't know. I suppose we should do it like a. I don't know. The thing is, I don't know. I mean, Mid-Ohio, I kind of know. This one. I might do Elkhart Lake. So this is in most games now. So Road America. Something which I'm familiar with, at least. So we've got all the settings in there. I've mapped some buttons to the wheel. There's a special within DOS, the program that's running DOS. There's another little program which allows you to select a keyboard command, because this was mainly played on keyboard. I mean, I very much doubt there was even proper wheels back in '95 or 5. I think this came out. So it's all done on keyboard commands. So it's just like a press. There's no progressive. So you can assert a button to what the game thinks is a keyboard command. So things like you need in the game, if you're going to do like a race, you've got to adjust your turbo or your boost, your front and rear anti-roll bar. There's pit controls, which I've not worked out how to do that yet, and I'll be honest, it is very, very difficult to see what the hell you're doing. So we're going to go into a bit of a practice mode. It has got paddle shifts, so they do work. We're going to go from there. So out the pits. No false feedback. Feels weird. I don't think there's any. There's no speed limit. I'm going to turn the boost down a little bit, only because I don't want the engine to blow up. So it's quite a funky, well, it's not full screen because it doesn't run full screen. I'm sort of waiting for a crew chief to speak up, but it does feel a bit weird, but you do get used to it. You know, the wheel. That's it. I use the brake markers because you can't see anything else. Under the bridge, another left-hander coming up. This is the carousel. No, it's not. No, the next bit is. So this is a left-hander, quite tight. This is what was called Speedville, or the carousel. Normally a bridge there in modern sims. Absolutely no feeling whatsoever of grip or anything. A fast right-hander. And there's my damaged wheel. I mean, it's not steering now at all. It wasn't really steering before. Cargo pass. So you'll also notice these cars, if you can make out their cars, no, you can, and also if you can make out the era of car. This is a mod I put onto the game. They're kind of, I think, that's Jacques Villeneuve. So in the actual game, no, it isn't. That's just a Road America lap time. Sorry, I misread that. The actual game has generic Indy cars, but this is a mod which sort of downloads the skins and drivers of, I think it's 96 season. So, yeah, I mean, there are ways of making the graphics look better. I haven't worked that bit out yet. But we'll go into the next session. We might as well do a little bit of qualifying. 10 minutes, we'll do a lap. That there is my pit crew. You can see where he is. No speed limit at the pits, flat out, how it used to be. It is funny, as in, your eyes do adjust. Fastest part of the course. It's purely on sound and visual. There's no telemetry. At all. Oh yeah, Speedville. just have to, I don't know, make it up as you go along. It's on the back straight, the next sort of, probably the fastest top speed of the course. That's where I went off there earlier. Final corner, up the hill. Right, we'll try a lap without going off. It's quite fast there actually, isn't it? The main straight, longer than you think. Just go by the sound, whether the car's gripping or not. So it's actually got, the car dips when you brake, which you've got to think back in those days was unheard of. Can't go flat out with it, so that probably is flat out if you get the right line. Most bizarre. It's useful knowing the course. Massively useful. So there's my lap coming up now. All the dashboard works as it should. Well, that's not, I haven't got full boost either. So a 2 minutes 2, still P31. So we'll go to the next session. We'll skip warm up, don't need to do that. And we'll have a little, just an opening lap for the race. It's a lap, a rolling lap. Now the AI is, although it's good, you've got to be so careful you don't run into them on the rolling lap. Like that. Like that. So we'll do a rolling lap. Very tricky actually, doing the with the AI. Because they seem to brake, and you end up, you don't realise they're braking until you hit them. Like there. The thing is, you'll get to notice if I do more than a lap when I'm racing, the AI actually race you. So I don't know what's going wrong with the games nowadays, where they have to spend so much time on the AI, or it's so much more sophisticated now. Nearly. At least you can make out. Your eyes tend to get used to the blocky glitches that are cars. And you can make out the teams, the drivers, the sponsors. I mean, remember, this is the last official, probably IndyCar title on PC. We had the one by Codemasters, Indy Car Racing, but that wasn't official because it had just generic cars. I mean, you have got downloads in R Factor and things like that, and Automobilista and other games, but they're not. It's nothing official. Just somebody copying. I mean, this was an official game, licensed and everything. So it's a challenge, just going around the warm-up lap. So I'm going to stay back. You can hear them brake, so I brake. I don't know what the frames per second is. Looks about 25, something like that. So coming to a green. That flag should change with a bit of luck. Here we go. Have we got slipstream? We're going to catch some cars here. So I need to just give them a bit of room. Quirky mirrors, but they do work. You can tell when the cars are alongside. I'm just letting them settle down a minute. See there, my mirror on the left there. Car's alongside me. Now I'm ahead of him. So, catching them up. Or trying to stay with them at least. Down the inside again. He's still alongside me, so I'll give him some room. There we go. An overtake done with that crashing into them. They all seem to be on different tyres than me for some reason. But it's working like a sim. Oh, a bit wide. Oh. Oh, we got a crash. Right, so that is enjoyable in its nostalgic. You'd be surprised. I mean, you might look at it on YouTube and it looks a lot of shit, but and there we go, a proper crash. Yeah, so it's just something different of playing a game in DOS on a modern PC with modern controls. If your PC doesn't run the newer games, it will definitely run this. You've got nothing to worry about. So I'm just sort of going to show you and highlight, just gaming industry, how much it's changed, and also how enjoyable some old titles can be. I'm presuming you can play some other old DOS games like the NASCAR titles and things like that. Getting it run through DOS. I have got NASCAR, the first NASCAR, on my computer, and I can get it to run. It does run in DOS, but I can't map my controls. I haven't figured a way out yet. It doesn't work the same way as this does. So I will put, now I can't take any credit for getting this running at all. I'll put a link in the description of the very intelligent chap that did this. Very easy following step-by-step rules on how to install this game, install DOS, get it running. Takes a bit of it's not that long-winded. It's about a 40-minute video, but it is broken down in very easy steps, and it worked first time. It can be a little bit misleading. Be careful what you're typing in, but you know it does work, because here's the proof. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my turn back in time. Massive thanks to it's actually GP Laps. It was him that had this on his channel. He does loads of stuff, so I'll put a link to his channel and this video. I'm sure he won't mind more exposure. Have a look at him, and I hope you enjoyed this one, just for me just showing the people that watch my videos what you can do. So thanks for watching, and bye for now.